Hey guys, Alex Fedotoff here. So in this video, I want to show you the case study going from $0 to $18,000 a day in just like 13 days. And I want to show you exactly the targeting options. I want to show you exactly the funnel structure. This is, by the way, was just like one funnel. A lot of people asking me, hey Alex, like you're showing all of these like big kind of like numbers, like $50,000, $100,000 a day, doing that consistently. But how about like scaling something from zero, scaling something from scratch, and kind of like reverse engineering the thought process behind that. So that's exactly what I want to show you guys here. You can see we started here March 18, pretty much scale it up like gradually, some inconsistencies here and there, but got it to like $18,000 a day. The profit margins right now is approximately 25% as we scaling. From $0 to $18,000 a day in 13 days. So what I want to show you first, like the product itself, right? Because that makes like a big difference in terms of like how fast you can scale and how big the niche is. So what we are focusing on here is high ticket. I've been about like high ticket for a long time. A lot of people know me about like high ticket. I don't like these type of products that cost like $20, $30. You can definitely make it work, but then you have to be thinking about the long-term like lifetime value of that customer. You have to be relying on that customer actually coming back again and buying the product again, so your lifetime value is actually high. So what we're focusing here is high ticket product. This product here is we're selling for $110. Product cost me $35, so it's about 3 to 1 return on ad spend. The product solves like a wide product. So this is back paying product that has a massive market. So this is what we're going after. We are looking for product that have like a massive market that you can scale to like 10, 20. This store here will be doing $50,000, $100,000 a day like our other stores, but we are looking for that massive appeal, right? And the way I think about it is this way. Pretty much it's overall about the products, right? Like, so I'm looking at 3 kind of like big criterias. Number 1, I call this TAM, which is the total addressable market. So pretty much how many people are there that can potentially buy the product if I were to sell it. So for example, if you sell something for people that do like fishing, right? There's only like, let's say 1 million people. And then out of those people, you probably have only like 500,000 of people that might be looking for that solution at any particular time. Then you have the limitations for the price point. Let's say you're selling higher ticket product. Only so many people will buy like a high ticket product. Like only so many people are able to afford like an iPhone, right? So you have to be thinking, how big is the total like addressable market? And depending on the product that you sell and depending on the price point that you sell it in, there's only will be like so many people. But we're looking here at like big wide markets. When we're selling products, we're not looking for this like small niche type of products. It's good to be like in that type of niche, but then what's the point to do something if that doesn't have potential to go to like 8 figures? If the niche itself is small, then your potential to scale will be limited, right? That's a lot of people missing that, or they're going into like very kind of like broad market, and at the same time they're not considering this. Competition is another kind of like big type of market. So if I know, for instance, if there is like no competition at all, this is not good. Sometimes you can be like a pioneer and can do very well, but at the same time, often most of the times, like if there's no competition, I don't even want to be in that market, because pretty much most likely there's no demand or like people don't want to buy it. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking for a lot of competition, but at the same time I'm looking for the product that can differentiate from the competition. So for example, if everyone is selling this type of product and it's like gray, then I might be selling red, right? Or I might be selling black. I might be selling like different color, different functionality. It would look differently or it would function differently, but pretty much would be the same thing. But I want to look for that massive market need for that product. And the number 3 is margin, right? So if you're not at least like 3x margin, ideally even more, the brands that you'll see like scale the most, they usually are having margins of like 80%, which means like it costs them, let's say $2 and they sell it for $10. So these are the factors that I'm looking at when considering which product to sell. So a lot of people asking me like, Alex, what type of products? How to do product research? We sell pretty much the same product with very similar products for the last like 4 years now. And the only thing that changes, we're like looking at the competition, we're looking if any other companies come in and we modify the product or we get a newer version of the product. And now we have that like short term, typically like 3 to 12 months advantage before other people kind of like catch up and start selling exactly the same product, right? So when people like doing drop shipping, they're just like selling exactly the same product, selling exactly the same way, they're copying exactly the same ads, their website looks the same, their product looks the same, their packaging looks the same. It's very hard to do because it's like you're competing with like 50 other people, 100 other people. Obviously model, that's what we do all the time. We're learning from our competition. I'll show you exactly kind of like how we are reverse engineering all these processes and the funnels, how we kind of like building our funnels in a similar way. But at the same time, just apply some of that like common sense and differentiate from your competition. So these are the 3 biggest factors for product research. Product should be light because, I mean, you will see that shipping, kind of like sometimes the product can cost like $3 and the shipping can cost $5. So the shipping is a big part of the decision what product to sell. Product must have like multiple upsells and relevant products. Our product here uses disposable parts, which means we get return customers, right? So for example, if you're selling this product, right, then at least these pads here from the headphones would be replaceable, or you would have to get them continuously, let's say every month or every 2 months, every 3 months. So then you're building on that lifetime value of the customers. If you already have a store doing like 6-7 figures already, this will help you to build more sustainable business. Because let's say you're selling these products and then you have like an automation sequence, let's say 2 weeks or 4 weeks after they buy, or like 2-3 months after they buy, selling the additional accessories that would make the lifetime value higher. Renamed branded, so we cannot compare it to other brands. I mean, I think that's pretty like straightforward. That's a wow effect, right? People call it wow effect. I just call it like old problem, new solution. There's like all of these like new devices. There's like Peloton. It's not something magical. I mean, Peloton is like the same bicycle that, you know, you could buy like for the last like 20 years, probably 30 years. And now you have a monitor in front of it, you know, and there's like a cheap version of the Peloton that you can integrate. You can buy all these like online kind of like courses with different like trainings, and you can just translate. You don't have to pay them on a monthly basis. So the concept is not new, right? The problem is not new. Just the solution is just packaged in a different way. The same way if you think about the cars, right? In Europe, there's like Audi, there's a Porsche, and there's like Lamborghini. A lot of the engines quite similar. So for example, the engines that Audi is using, oftentimes the Lamborghini is using the same engine. You know, maybe it was slightly adjusted, but it's the same product but different packaging. So if you start thinking those categories, just like world of opportunities open up for you. Custom packaging, branding, and photography. I want to show you something on this side. There's this website called Suna. So Suna is very, very cool. This is what we use for branding. Like we're sending them the product, and you can see they do these high quality branding images, right? So this instantly differentiates you from like 99% of people, because most people are too lazy to create like a custom content. These are like regular product, but the way they're photographed, they're very nice, right? You can see like different type of products, whatever you're selling. Let's say you're like, maybe you're in the fashion niche. Some of the products, how they're photographed with models. So this, the Suna allows you, they don't pay me, they're not paying me for mentioning this, but you can see here like different like headshots. So they even have like models, so they can use those, and they also can do like videos, examples of like different videos, kind of like just dynamic. You can see dynamic sort of like video here, like then kind of like it looks cool, it looks branded, it looks colorful, it looks very cool, right? And it's not expensive either. This one will cost you like what, $93. There's like different upsells, so a few $100, basically for like $500 to $1,000 you get like pretty good like basic. They even have like recommended shoots, let's say for photo, right? So Shopify launch, right? So include 5 eCom photos and 1 animated GIF, like that, $260. Then Amazon, obviously. Instagram refresh. So this one, click your Instagram with perfectly planned layout. This shoot includes a predetermined shoot list designed for 1-3 products, includes hand model, 7 products, 2 animated GIFs. Very cool, right? Like that's e-commerce starter pack. Hand model, 13 photos, 2 animated GIFs, and pattern editing add-on. You can see different sort of packages, they productize it. It's very nice, very easy to use, very straightforward. And also if you're in one of these cities, like they have like offices in like, so yeah, locations here, like you can do it virtually, kind of like communicate with them in terms of photography, video, if you need to give them any feedback. Have Denver, Minneapolis, Austin, and Seattle. If you're in the United States in one of these cities, they can make it happen for you, no problem. Hey guys, people have been asking me how we scale to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook, and we have a very sophisticated solution for this that I want to share with you, but it's just like too valuable to give away for free. So if you guys want this solution, just book a call with one of my team members and we'll show you exactly what it is and how it works, and we'll see if that's a good fit for you and for your business. So just book a call with my team member. We'll share it with you so you can scale your business to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures per month without getting shut down on Facebook, without having inconsistency, and with high profitability. So just book a call with my team and I'll see you there. Funnel, my favorite part. So the funnel here is like pretty simple. Basically you have the pre-sale page, then you have the second pre-sale page only if you need it. For lower price products, I'll show you, you don't need it. For higher price products, you definitely need the second pre-sale page. Trust pages, branding as with a popular brand. This is very important. The whole funnel should be branded with high quality images. And then also influencer made photos in the product description, product in the context, all of these things that you can source from Suna, like the solution I showed you a few seconds ago, and just kind of like carefully thought through funnel. So for example, this one here, right? Before spending hundreds of thousands on Exterminator, you need to try this. Painting the pain. The pain is spending a lot of money, right? Painting and having so the product is problem solving. Very cool. And you can see these are sort of funnels that we are using. This is not our product, but this is the structure that we use here. So one-time purchase. This product is quite inexpensive. So this one is like 20 bucks. We usually go after products that are more expensive, but the structure is very similar. The only difference that we usually have is we just have more expensive products, so then our margin is higher on the front end. These products are more kind of depend on the subscription. So you get in and then you kind of getting into the ecosystem, you're getting charged every single month. So the structure here is slightly different. For example, this one here, fall asleep, stay asleep, wake up refreshed, right? Another very, very cool example, the solution sleep patches. I don't know how efficient this is really, but that's type of structure. So now this one doesn't even have a pre-sale. I want to show you the example with an actual, this one is actual pre-sale, and then from there you're going to the order form, right? So this is the kind of you can see, enjoy the best night's sleep of your life and magical morning. Pretty interesting, right? So peel off, stick on, lights out, right? So it's not habit forming, 100% all natural. This one is pretty cool, all of the benefits. The structure is very simple. The structure is indeed very simple. Whatever product you have, if you're using a regular product pages, people ask me hey Alex, how to put these funnels together? It's very simple, because pretty much what you do here is all of this content just structured differently, just looks visually different. You can see content from influencers. It's all the same story, right? But pretty much all of this content is just nicely visually adapted, right? Because let's say you have a regular product page with all of this content just kind of grouped together. Now here it looks just kind of in a nice visually appealing boxes, easy to read, easy to understand. You can see kind of the visual instructions. Everything must be very visual. That's what we put a lot of emphasis on. Even comparison table, that's just must have for all of the product pages. Do this one thing, probably your conversion will increase kind of drastically. Most of the case we add the comparison table to us versus competitors versus other solutions to the same problem, and you would have a serious increase in conversion. Social proof as always, frequent last question. So there's no kind of rocket science here. Pretty much it's just kind of reverse engineering, let's say taking even this funnel, guys. And by the way, comment funnel if you want my winning funnel template I want to share with you, and also some of the directions, some of the examples of other funnels you can model for yourself. So just comment funnel below so I can send it to you. We are just modeling exactly what's working, just changing a few things here and there, and that's how we put it to work. So Facebook ads testing phase. Starting here with what interest testing, skincare, health and fitness, all of these very generic interests. Tested 12 videos, 11 of them were not resonating with the audience. Even with everything that I know over the years that I've learned spending tens of millions of dollars on ads. So when I'm talking to entrepreneurs and I'm asking how many creatives you testing, and last week I've tested 2 creatives, or last month I've tested 5 creatives. So here we just started with 12 from the get-go, because we've done a lot of work on the product validation side. We had some of the competitor data. By the way, comment data if you need to get some insider information about certain funnels. We're using certain product research resources that are not available to most people. So just comment if you need that. We tested another angle. We've seen like the comments that people would like leave on the product. People would ask like, does it actually work? We've been getting these comments like from day one, like spending only like a few $100s. So we were like, okay, why don't we just address it? Why we don't address that on the landing page? Why we don't address that on the ads themselves? And then we just kind of like exactly explain why it works and provide a bunch of proofs. So then like people have no kind of like, there's no other objections. Okay, if this works and they believe it works, then they buy. We wanted to eliminate that like domino effect. If people believe that your product is a solution to like weight loss, they'll buy it. If people believe that your solution is actually working for X problem, then they'll buy, right? So, because that's what angle is, having like back pain all day, not being able to work, and then the solution. And then actually providing enough proof that that solution is different, unique, and actually works. So once we found the angle that was resonating, we tested 10 plus creatives. What worked for us was longer videos. Best performing one was about 45 seconds. We've been testing first 5 seconds of the videos. Got like radical difference in performance. And also thumbnail, we found that thumbnails can make or break the video because click-through rate is so vastly different. Ads testing process: to identify a winning ad, we tested 5 variations with 10 logical interest targeting, looking for high click-through rate link where ideally sales, a $500 spent to get some decent data. So here, my opinion, like changed over time, is that sometimes you get this very cool like click-through rate. Sometimes you get like 3%, 5% click-through rate on this ad, and you see like it's so profitable, it's so kind of like promising, but then the ads actually don't convert. And a lot of the times what we're seeing recently is like, we might have an ad with like $2 cost per click, and ad has like 0.5% click-through rate, and that ad actually converts and very profitable. By the way, we have this like cheat sheet with like all of the KPIs that kind of like we usually look at the ads and kind of like how we break down the whole funnel. So just comment KPI below, we'll send it over to you. If ads convert, we might even like not look at the click-through rate or cost per click. That doesn't matter. The most important thing is ads convert. So once I found the winning ad, tested with 10 more wide interest to find more winning audiences, get some initial scale, all of them using original post ID, then stopped using same post ID when pages start getting flagged, and then sent second best performing ad through the same process, right? So kind of like we're testing it out, creative testing campaign, identifying what's working, and then starting to kind of like ramp it up. The ones that are not working, we obviously just like discard, and we're just focusing on the ones that are working. So my winning video ad framework: product demo by 3 influencers, TikTok and Instagram, all compiled into fast rolling intro, like 10 seconds, and then use content from my video editor. He's professional videographer. He has access to models. So basically he got the product. We shoot some content with it. We have some unique content that we pretty much just added to the video. And then captions to describe the problem and solution product provides using craft.com. Oftentimes though, what we have seen is that you don't even need like craft.com. You don't even need captions. Sometimes like just the product itself or like the demonstration with influencer, oftentimes that content looks very native and that content actually gets people to buy. So you have to test both, one with captions and one without, because sometimes you might find that the content with no captions at all, with no text at all, actually converts better. And then after influencers, switch to the main demonstration video using YouTube videos and our own footage with a main benefit text. I would recommend that you test both with captions and without. The behavior of people that even clicking on ads, that even buying, like changes so much over the years because people getting used to TikTok. It's very short, very like fast paced, it's very organic. With all of that change in the behavior, you also have to adapt. That was probably one of the biggest things that we have realized, that we have to be more organic. We have to look more organic with our ads. Once we started adapting, this is where we started getting a lot better results. So aim for above average engagement and conversion quality, otherwise it will not work on a scale. There are definitely some exceptions to this too, but this is just the best practice that we're aiming for. So scaling Facebook ads: winning interest and lookalike ad sets have been duplicated into CBOs, optimized, scaled, low performance, scaled by duplicating CBOs as is and duplicating them with 2x budget. Use filtering on Facebook page to reduce number of bad comments, comment list so I can send you that list. Then maintaining good ROAS by killing low performance, optimizing on add to cart and purchase level, and scaled mostly horizontally by testing new interests, lookalikes, and combinations with higher budgets, $500,000-$600,000 a day per ad set. Some of these CBO campaigns here have $1,200 budgets. Some of them are like $500 budgets. Some of them you can see, that's also what we have tested here. We're optimizing for True Play. So this is pretty much more like on the retargeting side of things, and ROAS on the front end doesn't look very good. But once we've turned this on and we spend like $3,000 here, we have seen the actual increase in sales, right? So let's say you have these audiences and you just want to kind of like get your product in front of people as many times as possible. And then pretty much like once people get here, then you have like at least Google branded like retargeting, then that would impact your like results there. So you will not get sales directly from here, but you will start getting sales directly on the Google side, right? So pretty much we are thinking about this like not just like front end conversion the way we used to like 1 year ago, like 2 years ago, 5 years ago, but multi-channel, multi-touch point conversion approach. Even if we have like we retarget very heavy, you can see here like this very heavy like retargeting here, and then after that people seeing the product, people Googling the product, people buying the product even from Google. The key to scaling is creative. Keep your video editor busy with testing new variations of ads. Thumbnails and first 5 seconds are the easiest wins. Once you have something that resonates with people, with your audience, then you have to test new variations of those ads, right? So far, and that's only like $100,000+ in sales, we have tested probably like more than 100 creatives. Here we just tested 100, and that's just beginning because we have a bunch of them in the pipeline ready to be tested. Invest 10-20% of your profit into getting new creative. That's the best investment you can make once you find a winner. $1 into that you invest into creative will easily give you like $10 to $100 back if you are scaling a winner. So when people asking like, oh, I have a 7-figure business, where should I allocate my capital? Where should I invest? Invest it into scaling more creative, invest it into like TikTok influencers, TikTok organic, driving that like top of the funnel awareness of your product, pretty much diversifying other traffic platforms. But creative on these like social platforms that are visual, like Facebook, like TikTok, like Instagram, is the most important factors. And kill losers that are below your break-even point, assets within CBOs and ABOs, and duplicate winners. So as for hiring help, I want to share with you kind of like the very basic structure for finding people. So online job PH, Upwork.com, Fiverr, like you can use freelancers to scale to like multiple like 6 figures per month. So you can just use freelancers and just hiring like outsourced employees. Ideally hiring people with experience so you don't have to train them with a lot of basic things. Our company structure is obviously very different at this point, but initially you have to go through that whole process by yourself and see what's happening, and sometimes oftentimes like train people, give them feedback. Media buyers train consistently, give them feedback, and if they stop performing, introduce new media buyers to maintain competition. On these lower levels, like here, like for example, getting your business like 6 figures per month, you don't even need like a media buyer. Probably you can do it by yourself. I used to spend like $500,000 by myself, so like buying ads, which is not a lot. It's like $15,000 a day before I even hire a media buyer. A lot of people asking me like about hiring a media buyer. Oftentimes, most of the times, people are looking at this like prematurely without having like a solid proof of concept, without kind of like having the good structure, and also without having like enough profit to pay that media buyer. Consider that good media buyers will cost you and you'll have to train them. So there will be like financial investment and also time investment that you'll have to dedicate in order to train them. And here I'm working with an agent in China for all fulfillment purposes. Comment agents to get a list. My agent has fulfillment center in USA. So if we need to send product like faster, usually we have no issues, like 10-12 days, still totally fine. But some of the products we just bring here in bulk and fulfill them directly from United States. So comment agents if you want to get the list. This is it, guys. This is my thought process. This is how I look for products. This is what type of products I'm choosing. This is the whole process for funnels, for ads, also for hiring. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I'll answer them for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.